again, and y'all can touch the snake, etc. Since she is out, though, we'll go ahead and we'll start with her at the beginning of the program. For those of you who don't know, my name is Miss Jo. I'm a wildlife rehabilitator, and I'm also a naturalist. So I get to travel around to schools and libraries and do animal programs for boys and girls. I'm doing a program tonight about nocturnal animals. So all the animals that I have here tonight are nocturnal, and of course that means they do what?
They come out at night.
They come out at night.
They come out at nighttime. Okay. Or they're most active at nighttime. Okay. So, well, she doesn't look really lively right now, but this is actually the time when she should be awake. Of course, we probably have her a little messed up because we use her for programs during the daytime mostly. So, but normally she sleeps in the daytime and she's active at nighttime. This is your opossum. People shorten it to possum, but it is opossum. And it's a unique animal that we have here because she is a marsupial. She has a pouch like a kangaroo, and this is the only marsupial that we have in North America. Okay, so actually she's not a big rat like people think she is. She kind of looks like one, but she's not related to rodents at all. Her closest cousins are your kangaroos, koala bears, because she is a marsupial. And I'm going to try to show you her pouch here in just a minute. Now there's some other misconceptions about your possums. One, they really don't go around hanging upside down by their tails, y'all. I know that in the movies, over the hedge and all they do. In real life, your possums, when they're young, when they're climbing around, if they start to fall, they can grab a hold of a limb with their tail, and yes, they can hang upside down if they have to, but it's not something they go around doing it on purpose. And when they get to be an adult, she's too heavy, or they would be too heavy to hang by their tail. They do use it like a fifth arm. They'll wrap it around things while they're climbing, and they also use it for balance, okay? But they don't go around. And it's definitely a story. They do not sleep hanging by their tails. That's a story.
Because they...
You want to buy one?
Now, your possums are actually very beneficial, very good to have around,
Look at that.
because they're going to be eating things like snails, slugs, grubs, beetles, roaches, rats, mice. They also eat poisonous snakes. Okay? They have natural immunity to the poisonous snakes we have. These guys are also not rabies carriers, okay? A lot of people think because they open their mouth and hiss and show their teeth and maybe drool sometimes that they carry rabies, but they don't, okay? They're actually not aggressive animals. They do the hissing and snarling. That's something they do from the time they come out of mama's pouch. It's a defensive thing, but they're not aggressive. They're not going to come after you. They're not going to attack you. The next thing they're most likely to do is the play dead thing, and they really do play dead. That's true, okay? They can make themselves look dead, feel dead. They can even make themselves smell dead. Okay? In the wild, it works really well. Bobcat and coyote, if they think it's dead or it's not fresh, they're not going to mess with it. Unfortunately, in our neighborhoods, many of our dogs will attack them anyway. That's what happened to her mom. Her mom got attacked by a dog. It killed her mom, and she was the only baby that was left alive inside the pouch. And so I took her out of the pouch. She was only about yay big, little pink thing, and we raised her. And she is now an educational animal because basically we don't think she knows how to be a possum. She doesn't act, she doesn't do all the things she's supposed to do, so she can't go back into the wild. Now, only the girl possums have pouches, but since this is a girl possum, I'm going to see if I can show you her pouch, okay? I'm going to try to stand her up.
Oh, wow.
Let's do this. Can y'all see where I'm putting my hand?
Yes.
Okay, it opens from either side, okay? And this is where she would carry her babies, if she had babies, okay? And boys and girls, when the babies are born, they're only about the size of a pea, okay? Very, very small. They'll crawl up, they'll go into the pouch, they stay there for about 2 months. After 2 months, they come out, they start riding on mom's back like you see in the picture. After another month, they are on their own. So y'all, if you see a little possum that's about this big, from nose to rump, that's not a baby. It's old enough to be on its own. Okay? Alrighty, I'm gonna roll her over to the side, and at the end, y'all will be able to come by and touch her if you want to. I do want to make sure y'all understand that you guys are going to be able to touch her, but of course I do not want y'all to try to go and touch one in the wild, because one in the wild would bite, okay? Let's get you situated here. You may touch the tail if you want to, yes. You may notice that her tail is rather thick, and that is because she has been in captivity. We do get her exercise, but she doesn't get as much as she would in the wild. And the tail is where they store their fat. So in the wild, you're not going to see it this thick, or it's going to be much thinner, okay? All right, I'm going to start now with the smallest thing I brought, and that is the scorpion. Scorpions are definitely nocturnal animals. They come out at nighttime.
I think he's pushing.
Okay.
This little fella.
Okay, now what you're looking at is an emperor scorpion, and actually this one's going to get bigger. The emperor scorpions are one of the largest scorpions in the world. The reason that I can hold this guy, though, and it's the same reason they use them in movies like The Mummy King or The Scorpion King and The Mummy, okay? Yeah, Indiana Jones. The reason they use them in movies is because their poison is very, very weak. It's just strong enough to kill the insects they eat, and if it were to sting me, it's not going to do much. It might raise a bump on me, but that's all it's going to do. Now, the little scorpions that we have here in Texas, their poison, their venom is very strong, okay? You don't want to mess with them.
California ones are strong.
Okay, girl. Are we doing? Okay. Now, I do want to show you something really cool with your scorpions before we move on to the next animal. And I'm going to need my little black light to show you this. Okay. Now, there is something neat about your scorpions, and that is the fact that they have special eyes to see light rays that we can't, okay? Our eyes, we only see certain light rays. Now, if I take a black light, hopefully this is going to work now. Okay, I think I must have lost a screw out of it. Let's see if I can get this to work. Hopefully it's going to work now. Okay, if I take a black light, and if I get y'all to switch, flip that off, and then you can flip that one off, and I move it over the scorpion.